Warm welcome to CA Raja classes and thank you so much for joining this mini and micro webinar. Before we get into the discussion, let me just take a couple of minutes to introduce myself. I am CA N Raja, a chartered accountant by qualification, a teacher and trainer by passion and teacher for 3 lakh plus students worldwide. I started my career as a banker with State Bank of India. Then after a period of 4 years, I got into CA practice. I had my practice for 7.5 years. But I realized my calling is teaching. I started focusing on teaching and training, and today with the blessings of God we have 3 lakh plus students worldwide. So now it's time for us to get into the session. In this session, let us talk about break-even sales. First of all, what is break-even sale? It is a level of sale which has no profit, at the same time no loss also. So it is a level of sale at which only cost is recovered. So earlier the break-even sale, it is better for the business. Now the question, why banks should analyze break-even sale? Why they should study or why they should carry out analysis of break-even sales? It's because if there is going to be delay, in achieving break-even sales, it could affect or it would affect interest and principal repayments, and this would eventually affect the bank's business. Okay, so banks should know when break-even point or break-even sales can be achieved by the borrower. If there is going to be a substantial delay, then it is going to affect the repayment. Similarly, out of the total sale, how much percentage of sales constitute break-even sales? That is another analysis which the bank should do. Okay, so let me put it here. Bank should know when break-even point or break-even sales is achieved. Break-even sales would ensure that interest on loans are recovered, because when we say break-even sale, cost is recovered. Cost includes interest also. So if the bank is convinced that this company is able to break even, then bank can be sure of the interest servicing. But the question is, how principals will be repaid? Principals got to be repaid from profits only. So it is the sales after break-even sale that would generate profit, and only from that profit principals can be repaid. That's why bankers are very much concerned about break-even sales. It is more than break-even sales. They are concerned about the sales after the break-even sales, because that is only going to contribute to the profit, and that is only going to help the bank to recover the principal what they have lent. Now, how to arrive at break-even sales? Look at this. If you want to arrive at break-even sale, first of all, you should classify expenses into 3 categories: fixed cost, semi-fixed cost, and variable cost. Fixed cost or fixed expenses are those expenses which have to be incurred, let whatever be the level of production. Whereas semi-fixed expenses are those expenses which will remain fixed up to a certain level, but they'll become variable after they cross a particular level of production. Then we have variable cost. Obvious, it would vary directly in proportion to production. So if you want to arrive at break-even sale, first of all you have to classify the expenses into these 3 heads. But let us keep it in mind, the break-even sales, even though we are going to classifying, that is the mathematical part, the break-even sale would depend upon the efficiency of the plant assets, how effectively you are going to utilize the asset, turn around the asset, we call it as asset turnover, how efficient the management in its operation, how cost are optimized. Okay, all these factors plays very critical role in break-even sales. Now let's understand this. We know break-even sales is a level of sales at which there is no loss, no profit. So break-even sale is a level of sales at which there is no profit, no loss. It means whatever contribution they have made, it is equal to fixed cost. Okay, whatever contribution they have made. What is contribution? Sales minus variable cost is the contribution. That's basically like a gross profit. But that was exactly equal to fixed cost. So there is no profit, no loss. So at break-even sale, contribution will be equal to fixed cost. Now with this understanding, we can derive the formula for break-even sales. Formula is like this: break-even sales is equal to fixed cost multiplied by sales divided by contribution. If you go behind how this formula was derived, see, at break-even sale, contribution is equal to fixed cost, right? So you had some particular level of sale that gave you contribution. That contribution equals fixed cost. There is no profit, no loss. We say that is break-even sales, right? But in reality, your actual sales will be either greater than or less than break-even sales. So at that point, you want to know what level of sale will give contribution that will be equal to fixed cost. That's why we are writing the formula like this: break-even sales is equal to fixed cost into sales divided by contribution. I'll be explaining how this formula was derived when we take up case studies. Okay, right. When this break-even sales details have to be furnished, obviously when you put up the term loan proposal, but the question is for which period, because you are talking about term loan project, right? Term loan and its related project. So for which year this break-even sales computation should be provided? Look at this. Break-even sales computation should be provided for first full year of production and the year in which capacity is utilized at the maximum. So break-even sales details should be provided for first full year of production and the year at which capacity is utilized at maximum. Okay, right. Now, what do we mean by satisfactory break-even level? See, this actually varies case to case. Okay, so only on case to case basis we can come to conclusion. But based on circumstances, in general, if break-even sales is lower, then it would result in higher profit, because break-even sales is the level of sales at which there is no loss or no profit. So any sales beyond break-even will give you profits. So if you achieve break-even sales at the earlier stages itself, then the sales generated beyond that will generate profit for you. Okay, now let's look at the sum of the bands. If your break-even sale is in the range of 50 to 60%, for example, let me give you a number. Let's say the total sales is 100 million, of which 50 million is a break-even sale. It means if you are achieving a turnover of 50 million, you will not make any profit, you will not suffer loss also. So the turnover beyond 50 million only going to give you profit. It means you have cost that have to be taken care by the sales of 50 million, right? So total turnover is 100 million. The break-even sales is 50 million. So the break-even percentage, what we can say is 50 out of 100, 50%. Okay. So if the break-even sales is within the range of 50 to 60%, then we can say there is low risk. If it is in the range of 61 to 70, medium risk, 71 to 80, high risk, above 80, highest risk, and in some cases above 85 will also be considered. It all would vary bank to bank, okay, depending upon their risk perception. There is also something known as cash break-even point, because we are saying at break-even level contribution is equal to fixed cost, and that fixed cost includes depreciation, which is a non-cash item. So we can knock off that depreciation and arrive at the break-even point. That's what we call as cash break-even point, and generally it should be below 50%. So this break-even position or break-even level should be compared with the industry level or peer level to get an overall idea about the position of the borrower. Thank you for watching this webinar. I am sure you have derived value from this webinar. And if you wish to learn more, I have some good opportunity for you. What is that? Check out.
It is this Credit and Financial Analysis Mastery course, exclusively designed for bankers and for those who want to have bankers' point of view. This is a course which we have developed after a detailed analysis, a thorough discussion with several hundreds of bankers and finance professionals. We have identified what is their exact requirement when it comes to SME and corporate credit and financial analysis. In this mastery bundle, I'm going to give you access to various courses. To start with, we have course number 1, Basics of Credit Analysis. In this course, we have explained the basics of credit analysis through various sections, section 1 to 9, Next comes course number 2, that is how to read balance sheet. In this course, we have explained what is balance sheet, how to read them, how to approach them by using real life financial statements. Then comes course number 3, how to do financial ratio analysis like a banker. In this course, we have explained all critical ratios that are analyzed by the bankers, and we have also explained through case studies. Then we have course number 4, how to do cash flow analysis. So through this course you will understand what is cash flow analysis, how to do a typical cash flow analysis. We have used case studies, and reference to Ind AS is also included in this course. Then we have course number 5, that is how to do fund flow analysis. This is a critical financial analysis tool, and in this course you will learn what is fund flow statement, how to analyze them from banker's angle, how to prepare fund flow statement from academic angle as well. So overall 5 courses, each 1499. So aggregate price should be 7495, but you are not going to pay that. For you it's just rupees 2499 for 1 year access, or rupees 4999 for lifetime access. And it is not yet over, you have some more bonus. Bonus is course number 6, how to carry out credit risk rating for non-trading entities. These are all the topics covered in this course. Then course number 7, it is how to carry out credit risk rating for trading entities. Not yet over. You also have access to course number 8, that is how to prepare CMA report for bank loans. It's a comprehensive course which will run for 8 plus 5 hours, and you will learn entire CMA report preparation process. And course number 9, how to prepare cash budget for bank loans. Course number 10, how to assess fund-based working capital. So in this course you will understand what is working capital, what are working capital credit facilities, and how to assess them, what are the key ratios that are related to working capital, and what are the additional key analysis that will be done by bankers on working capital matters. You will get a comprehensive understanding of cash credit, export finance, and there are certain on-demand videos as well. So 5 plus 5, 10 courses of value close to 15,000 rupees, but you are going to get it for 1 year access rupees 2499, lifetime access rupees 4999. Not yet over. You are going to get access to the 11th course, how to assess non-fund based credit facility. So in this course you will learn about letter of credit, bank guarantee, its assessment as well. Then comes course number 12, how to do term loan appraisal and assessment, because it's a complex process with a lot many technicalities. So this course covers all in detail. And course number 13, basic elements of loan proposal. So how a typical loan proposal will be, what are the basic elements that are covered in this course. And we have course number 14, case study on credit analysis. Various case studies based on practical experience and discussion with various bankers and finance professionals are included in this course. And course number 15, this is about collateral securities, where you get knowledge about collateral securities. So overall it's 15 courses of value close to 22,485. It's 1,000 plus lectures. You can subscribe for 1 year access or lifetime access as you wish. These are all pre-recorded courses, so you can access them anytime as per your convenience. You can access them in mobile app or desktop, and for you the price is not 22,485, it is rather 2,499 for 1 year access or 4,999 for lifetime access. You can check the link in description, where without using any discount coupon code you can enroll at this discounted price, because it's a discount applied link. And not yet over, you are also eligible for some more bonus. The bonus is access to various ebooks and e-resources. You are going to get access to various financial ratios ebooks, financial management related ebooks. You will get access to financial analysis related ebooks, credit analysis ebooks. Not yet over, you will also get access to other resources like test series, templates, audiobooks, video books, career guidance material, and a bonus resource. Check the link in description and enroll now.